You really have to learn how to analyze the books the right way. And I'm not telling you like I'm some expert, like I know everything, but like I've been doing this for a long time, and it's easy to just listen to the app and it says to buy it, but you really have to go deeper. And that's what I was really trying to drill into your head today. Like you've got to really go deep, and sometimes you got to swap from Scout IQ to Amazon Seller App to really see what's going on, because Scout IQ is pulling from the Amazon API, and they're only showing like the lowest 20 offers or anything. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com, and I am here with Angela, and you came all the way from Pennsylvania.
I did.
And Angela, she's been selling on eBay for, what, about a year now?
August of 2020.
Yeah, so you've been selling on eBay for about a year, and you came here, spent the whole entire day with me, and I taught you about, what did I teach you about?
Books, and books, and more books.
Yes, it was a really interesting experience just working with you today, because you came from the eBay world, you understand eBay, you understand finding stuff, but Amazon's completely different. So what would you say to everybody after kind of learning about how to sell books and stuff coming from the eBay world? How's the experience been for you?
It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I had a lot of apprehensions about, could I do this? Is it going to, work the same as eBay? What are my stumbling blocks going to be? And you showed me it was, I was making it out to be harder than it really was.
The hard part is I would say the biggest challenge for people is you have to learn how to analyze the books. Mm-hmm. You have to learn how to price the books. There's when you scan something, even though Scout IQ and Amazon Seller App will tell you what it's worth, let people know there's a lot of different things that you have to factor in, right?
Right.
There's 30, 40 different things you have to keep in your mind, okay, the merchant prices, the used, the FBA, the Scout, should I price second in line? How was that for you? Because that's different with eBay, right?
Right.
On eBay, you're looking for the specific item that is sold. You're trying to find comparable sales, and you can kind of balance it out. But even though the app makes it easier, how was that experience for you, having to learn about all the different things to analyze?
At first, it was a lot to take in.
Yeah.
I won't lie. It's, there's a lot of little nuances that you need to learn, but once you learn them, there's a lot of things that I didn't even think about. Is rank or
E-score.
The E-score. How they compare, how they relate to each other, and you showed me, how to analyze it to the point, this book will sell better, or that's not a good buy, or whatever, and after, we practiced quite a bit today, and
it was a lot of role play.
I
would say all right, let's pretend we paid $3 for this book, $1 for this book. Some of these books I bought off eBay, $17, $20 in, and you did a great job analyzing them.
Yeah, it was like I said, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, and I think that was the biggest scare. It's the fear of the unknown. And my biggest thing is we keep laughing about is, okay, I need to get a printer to do this. I need a good printer for this. But it really wasn't that hard.
I was getting excited to go. I was opening my mouth. I wanted to say something. I wanted to tell people, we ended up going to a thrift store after we did, so we trained together from 9 in the morning up until about 5 o'clock.
Right.
And we went out, we dropped our shipment off at UPS. We got to meet Mama Profit. Well,
yeah,
you got to meet.
It was nice. It was nice to meet the Mama Profit in the flesh, it wasn't just
and you got to see her sales and everything. A lot of people say, Mama Profit's not making money.
She's legit. Let me tell you, she's legit. So,
But tell everybody what happened. This is an odd, rare occurrence. This usually never happens like this. We ended up going to Goodwill. We went to our first thrift store, and tell everybody what happened, because I was shocked.
Yeah. He was scanning all the books, and he's like, I don't think we're going to find too much. They probably already picked over.
It looked like a reseller, because you can, there's tall tale signs if a reseller has been there. And it looked like a reseller might have swung through, but she was persevering. She said, listen, I didn't come all the way from Pennsylvania, buddy, to give up after 5 minutes. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to get in your way.
So I just kept scanning. I came across this one book, and I scanned it, and I had to take a double take. And here it was a math book
by Holt, H-O-L-T.
Houghton, H-O-U-G, I think it was H-O-U, Houghton, Huffin Mifflin, anyway, it's one of those. And it was a teacher's edition.
Teacher's editions usually do not do well. 9 out of 10 times a teacher's edition doesn't sell well. This was a 1.1 million rank. It was a 27 e-score. Here's a sign. Sometimes you'll scan something on Amazon and it's priced like, wow, this is gonna make $300. But all because, like, you know, if I price my house I'm in right now at $2 million, which is not worth that much money, it's a couple $100,000 house. If I'm the only house in a neighborhood and I price it at $2 million, it doesn't mean it's worth $2 million. It just means I'm the idiot who priced it that high and thinking it's worth something. And a lot of people do that on Amazon where they'll price something ridiculous. But if you look on eBay and you find that that item sold for maybe 50% less, because a lot of books sell for 2 to 3 times more on Amazon, that book had sold for $125 just about a week and a half ago. Right. So keep going with the story of how much it was. What were the merchants at and what were the FBA sellers at?
Oh, now I gotta remember exactly.
I'll help you because I remember.
Yeah, they were in the upper twos. I want to say
they were $375. There were 6 merchants.
I'm sorry. Yeah. It was.
I remember
we were talking about possibly listing it at $275, but yeah, the merchants were up in the threes.
There were 6 merchants. The lowest was at like $360 or $370. There was no FBA used, and then new was coming in at $800, which doesn't really mean much. But again, a million rank.
The condition of the book was very good. Very good condition. No markings in it.
Yeah,
it was good quality.
Don't get all caught up on, and I was telling her before, don't get all caught up on sales rank, because sales rank is just a snapshot in history of what's going on with the sales history of that thing, like kind of right now. Like if that book doesn't sell for another 3 months, it's going to go up to 4 million rank. If it doesn't sell another copy for another, week or so, it'll probably go up to 1.5 million. But if that 1 million rank book sells today, it's going to drop down to probably 50, 60,000 and then start to rise fairly quickly if it only has a 27 e-score. So I think it's going to do well. It sold for 125 recently. So I think all day long you get $200 for that book. She did pay $8 for it. But that was...
It was worth it. That's a small price to pay.
Yeah.
For the, profit that I'm going to get in the end.
Yeah. And, we spent all day today training and everything. She came 5 hours from Pennsylvania. She brought the Scrapple. No one's going to know what that is.
Well, for anybody that's from Amish country where I'm from, you'll know Scrapple and Tasty Cakes.
Oh, God. I'm a bloated cake right now after eating all those things today. How long did it take me to start diving into those things?
Oh, I don't know how many packs you eat in the first hour.
And I don't eat that stuff, but hey, what am I going to do? But the big thing, and this video is kind of all over, but I want it to be real, like the big thing for you to focus on, now that you've learned how to analyze, we've gone through the whole shipping process, you've learned about Scout IQ, you've learned about Accelerlist, you've learned about how to analyze books, how to price books. Analyzing books is deep, like I said before. Like we spent like probably 2-3 hours just analyzing books.
You really have to know how to analyze them to understand, is this going to be profitable for me or not?
And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but any dum-dum could download Scout IQ and scan a book. But you can't trust Scout IQ or any third-party app 100%. Because I see resellers going into thrift stores all the time. And who here has ever gone into a thrift store, and every time you go into that thrift store, the most books you ever find is 5 or 6, and then you see some reseller in there with a stack of 50. Either one, he's a merchant seller, which you can get away with more low-dollar ticket, or he's just one of those people who are buying any book and every book that's ranked at freaking 4 million with a 2 e-score that's going to make a $2 profit. Like, you don't want to leave and fill up your inventory of 400 books of crap, and then you're not profitable. You start getting hit with long-term storage fees. They sit forever. Like, we're in this business to make money. So, like, you really have to learn how to analyze the books the right way. And I'm not telling you, like, I'm some expert, like, I know everything. But, like, I've been doing this for a long time. And it's easy to just listen to the app and it says to buy it. But you really have to go deeper. And that's what I was really trying to drill into your head today. Like, you've got to really go deep. And sometimes you got to swap from Scout IQ to Amazon Seller app to really see what's going on. Because Scout IQ is pulling from the Amazon API, and they're only showing like the lowest 20 offers or anything. So there were a lot of deals today that like we ended up passing on that Scout IQ was saying it was good because the risk reward wasn't there. And
and there was a couple that even when we were looking, and there was a couple where it might have said, $5-6. Oh yeah, it's a profit, but it had, how much did we pay for the book? And it still had 0. And I still had to account for what I was going to spend for that book. And then I just kind of passed them by.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had gotten it for free, I might have considered it, or even 50 cents, but not at $2 and up. I wasn't gonna.
Yeah, so Angie has a YouTube channel. I'm gonna probably put like an overlay in the first minute or so people can see it and follow if they haven't made it this far. But she has a YouTube channel. It's called
Finding Independence. I also have an Instagram too.
Yeah, so she has an Instagram. I'll link that all up down below. But she's essentially sharing your journey of starting this business and growing.
Yeah.
What's the vision of the channel?
I more to document it for myself,
Yeah.
and my husband will be along in this journey and with me as well.
Shout out
as
Haven.
Haven Black.
Haven in the house.
Haven in the house. Yeah. We wish he was here, but
Oh, it would've
unfortunately
been
he
great.
couldn't join us. But
Yeah.
and as I learn from, and I'm going to embarrass him again, but the great Steve Rakin.
Hey, stop.
But as I learned from Steve and and others, I want to be able to share that with others that are in the same place as I am. I started out, like a lot without going into my whole story, but I started out like some pandemic changed everybody's lives, and it changed mine and my husband's as well. And so now we're on a new journey, and I started over pandemic, and it just kind of spiraled. So
Yeah.
I started with eBay, and now I'm gonna move forward with Amazon and selling books and whatever else I could sell on Amazon.
You've been doing a great job, and I congratulate
I'm
you
excited.
for investing your time, investing your money, investing your faith, and learning with me. Just taking that step forward, because it's tough to try new things. You don't know if it's going to work or not. But what helps me is seeing so many people on YouTube, so many success stories, and I see people doing it all the time, and I'm like, if they could do it, I could do it. And it's one step at a time. It's get your first shipment out, and once I'm telling you. I was telling Michael and I was telling Paul, who came and worked with me over the last couple of weeks, once you get that shipment out and you wake up in the morning and you look at your Amazon seller app and you see those sales coming in, today you've been seeing my sales come in, and I'm like, I don't have to
Yeah,
ship
I can
it.
watch it. I'm jealous.
I don't, but I'm nothing special, but you just follow a process. You find your inventory, you ship it in, and you let Amazon do its thing. This is why Amazon's one of the most gigantic companies out there, because they've built this crazy infrastructure and system and trust with customers. You send them stuff that's quality after learning how to analyze it the right way. You feed the beast with quality meat. I don't know what I'm saying. But if you send quality inventory, quality meat, that it's that same parallel. Like, you're gonna get good results.
Yeah.
So,
And I know I'm gonna stumble. I know I'll end up picking up a book. It'll say, I'll think it's something good and I'll send it in, and it may sit. But you know what? That's how you learn. I know I'm going to make mistakes, but that's why I come back to Steve and say, hey,
yeah, and that's
did
why
I do this right, and and I'm hoping that at some point I can do that for somebody else.
Yeah. So if you guys would be so kind, give her a follow on her YouTube channel, on Instagram. Give this video a like. Don't do it for me. Do it for Angie for making this happen. And I'm holding you accountable. You're going to get your first shipment out in the first. I gave her quite a few books, and I said, you know what? It's not about the money. I want to see you get results. I want to see you ship it in.
I appreciate it.
I'm telling you. And once you get those books in and they start selling, it happened with my girlfriend. It happened with so many people. It's motivating. You're not going to look back, especially being an eBay seller, because you appreciate how hard it is to make money on eBay. Because when you sell it, you got to pick it, you got to pack it, you got to deal with customer service, you got to ship it, you got to do all that stuff. On Amazon, once you get it in, it's like, wow, like I made like $20 today doing nothing.
Yeah.
But you did something. You put the front, you front loaded the work.
Right.
So with that being said, appreciate you. Any final words?
I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to come up here and
Thanks for coming.
benefit from all your knowledge. It was a worthwhile investment. I look at all this as an investment in your business, an investment in yourself, and if anybody out there ever has an opportunity to do something like this, take it seriously and go for it. Because you never know what you're going to walk away with.
Well, I hope you found value in it, and I hope you
Absolutely.
apply it, because you can learn everything in the
I'm
world.
ready. I'm ready to jump on it. I'm ready.
Hey, all right. Appreciate you, Angie. Thanks, everyone,
Thanks,
watching. Go give her a follow on her YouTube, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.